Hello. Um, could say good morning because it's morning for me, but good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whenever you see this. I do trust in what I think, whether if it's a tarot reader or any reader says that whenever you come across this, it's meant for you to hear some sort of message in this will help you in some sort of way or another. I have had plenty to help me one way or another. So anyhow, um, I'm a healer, most of all. I'm a part-time truck driver. That is very part-time. um, I've been doing this reading just started really more or less. I think this is my third or fourth at the moment that you're watching this, but it's my time. It's definitely my time to put these out there. So I'm gonna do some healing first. I think in the last few videos I have done it at the end, but I'm gonna do healing first, send you healing energy to help you clear your mind, clear your energies, help you just welcome the energies and welcome the messages, whatever messages are there for you. And so healing energy. If you're new to it, depends on the person. Everybody calls it a little different, but to me, it's just, for me, it's divine light energy that comes from God. I do this strictly by God. I pray to God, and everybody has their beliefs. I do believe in angels surrounding us all the time. I definitely feel that I feel them. I feel the energies around us. So it's beautiful. They bring you to tears when you do feel the angels. And there's times that, it feels like they giving me a hug or something, because I feel the energy all around me as it comes, and it just, it's beautiful energy. But anyhow, I do believe that the energy comes from God. I only pray to God. I ask for God to give me that divine light and healing energy. And I've heard of other healers that apparently they get drained from doing this. My body may get drained from just doing something, I guess, but it's not my energy at all. To me, this is strictly energy that comes from God, flows through me out to my hands, and I put it out there. Not at all anything that comes from me. Anyhow, gonna do some healing energy, and then I'll do some rambling talking, as I seem to do. Kind of like doing that. So anyhow, for the healing energy, there's really nothing that you need to do. I guess I could suggest if you just breathe. I don't know if you do meditation, but just basically in through your nose, out through your mouth, that perhaps it could help, or however, really just anything, just relax, really. Ultimately, I didn't even want to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, other than the fact that just relax, because the energy goes where it needs to go. And I do ask your angels and my angels to be here, my angels to surround me, to send that healing energy, and your angels to help you guide that energy to go wherever it needs to go. But anyhow, let's see. Yeah, so just relax, and just relax. Close your eyes if you want. If you don't. And again, don't even try to guide the energy to go anywhere in particular. Just just basically just just feel it, enjoy it, smile at it. Welcome God's energy, because to me that's all it is, and that's why it feels so good. The angels are here to help us, but to me it's always about God's energy doing this. So anyways, okay, close your eyes and relax. If you want to put your hands up to the towards the monitor. If that feels good to you, you can, but it's not necessary. Just really just relax and just breathe. Just breathe and enjoy the energy. Let it flow through your body. Know that the healing energy from God is going to go where it needs to go. I do also believe there are some things that we are supposed to have in our lives for whatever reason. And, we just got to deal with those. But some things can be healed. Cannot claim to heal everything by any means. I'm still young at this. So I'm just doing my part, sending this healing energy out there. Just relax with the energy. Just let it go, let it be, enjoy it. Enjoy that energy flowing through. Some people feel it very clearly, some people don't. And the truth is, I myself don't understand or know why. But there's times that there's something in your life that this energy may help heal. It may not necessarily be a physical issue, it could be an emotional issue. We all have lots to deal with. So it could be that it's helping your heart or your mind in a way that you may not realize. So just enjoy the energy as it goes through. If you don't feel it, it's okay. Just relax. Just let it flow through, because who knows, you might have a better night's sleep after this, or you may have a more relaxed day than you realized you might have without it. So I do believe the healing energy helps us in many different ways. So again, we don't need to try to put a label on it or try to tell it do this or do that for us, because that's resistance, and we don't want resistance. We just want it to flow. About 10 more seconds. I don't even put a clock in front of me, by the way. Maybe I should, but I just go with what feels right. Either way, you can watch the video again. Give me more views, right? No, you can watch it again if you really feel like you need more healing energy. Okay. I would say just relax. If you need to pause the video to just let the energy flow through, just do that. It's fine. Doesn't have to, you don't need to jump and run off to do one thing or the other. If you have the time to relax and enjoy it, just enjoy the energy. Breathe, breathe. I think more of us need to do breathing and relaxing. If you are called to meditate, meditate. If you're not, don't. I mean, that's, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I meditate, feels good to me, but there's days that I don't. If I'm tired, exhausted, or whatever it may be, I just don't. But I do believe healing, I do, at least for me, healing comes from meditating also. So if you can do that, if you want to do that, it might help you. So I ramble a lot, I talk a lot. So cards. I mainly use oracle cards because I like them. Not that I don't like tarot cards. They just don't speak to me the same way. But I do shuffle the tarot cards. And the other two videos, I've done them at the end. And I shuffle all my cards here as I'm talking, rambling, which I will here in a minute. But I don't know why I always feel called to just do the tarot cards in advance and just have them there, okay? And I did it this time as well, a little while ago. And I think it's important for me to start with this because in our lives, I think in this life, we are constantly ran by fear, I believe. You know, I mean, of course, it's happened to me. I'm only speaking for experience. Fear has ran my life plenty of times, and perhaps it still does in some areas. You know, no, not perfect by any means. But anyhow, the reason I'm bringing this up is because the first card that came up is this one right here, and I do mostly a lot of times to the cards in I had somebody, I have to check out his name. My friend Bevan is the one that guided me to this other guy that does tarot, or he did anyways, he's done like a class, so I do them kind of like in pairs. And this is the next card there. So gotta smile at these cards, really do. I have been through a lot, as I've said it in my other videos. I mean, who hasn't, right? We all have. But I cannot minimize anything that anybody has gone through in this life. But by no means can I do that. And I'm not trying to do that. But, you know, the Tower card and the Devil card are, I feel like, two of the cards that are mostly seen as bad, scary, you know, in tarot, and perhaps they are. I don't look at them like that anymore, maybe because of where I am in my life, but I don't look at them like that anymore. Just like the 10 of Swords, you know, and fear, that sort of stuff, 8, 9, 10 of Swords. It's just, you know, I just don't look at them the same way. Sorry, I meant 9 and 10 swords. But anyhow, point is that these two cards are more or less about an ending and basically a destruction of something that needs to end. And the fear that comes from that, right? And again, we are surrounded by fear in this world, is part of it. We cannot live in fear all the time. We all have to, you know, as they say, put your pants on and get moving, right? Anyhow, I think it's just part of life. And, you know, if we let fear control us, we will be stuck a whole lot longer in situations that are not good for us, in that lower vibration. You know, we cannot live in fear. We cannot live in that, you know, we have to take chances. And sometimes those chances bring us to places that we had no idea would be there for us, you know. So again, don't try not to live in fear. The next two cards from that are these two cards. Three of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. Sorry. So those to me are cards about building stuff in motion. So definitely the fact that there's the Tower and the Devil, but then you're building stuff. Sorry, the Three of Pentacles came first. So it depends on how you look at how you see them in the card. And yeah, the Three of Pentacles came first, and then there's the Knight. So you have the Tower, something's being destroyed. We have the Devil, the fear, and then we have the Three of Pentacles, the building of something, and the Knight of Wands, which is motion. And then after that, we have Three of Wands and Nine of Pentacles. So, while it may still not be the 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles, but that's all I'm saying is that things do have to come to an end at one time or another for certain things, especially things that are not meant to be, things that we need to move away from. Sometimes divine guidance is guiding us to move away from certain things. And as hard as it may be, sometimes we have to take those actions. Sometimes those actions are necessary in our lives. And then we rebuild. Just like, we see it in life all the time, right? Anything that gets destroyed, usually we rebuild, we build a new one, and new things come. So anyhow, I just wanted to tell you that we need to move forward. The sun's coming up. It's beautiful. Anyhow, so moving on from that a little bit, but as I usually do, I like shuffling my cards here. So I ramble for a little bit while I shuffle my cards. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 decks. So I may shuffle some, show you some. And may not do the last because that's a lot of time, right? But I do like doing whatever feels right at that moment. So I'll go with the flow. And what am I going to talk about? I think as I said it on the previous video, we're coming out of Corona thing, and the energy in the air is much, much better now. So I think we'll all be, little by little, feeling much better, happier this year. It's probably going to be like that, the flu thing, right? That every year we have to take another shot or whatever, but at least there's more control of it. So I think we'll be okay. And we have to get out of our fears and enjoy life. Because unless we move forward, I know I said it before, but we might always be in that stuck place that it's not a good place for us. And by the way, I try to shuffle the cards 3. Oh yeah, 7 times. And by the way, what was at the bottom of this deck was the Hangman. So with all of that said, card. That was somebody else. With all of that said, we need to, we procrastinate, right? It's part of our life here. And when we procrastinate, it's just the whole cycle that we get stuck in, that cycle that we should be in, that we don't need to be in. But whatever calls you, I'm not telling anybody make any life change that's unnecessary. We all, if you're happy where you are, you're happy. And this could be anything, career, sometimes we're unhappy at jobs. I said it, I think in the last video, that sometimes you go someplace and there's workers that are unfortunately in a bad mood, and I definitely, okay, I'm leaving these cards alone. Not today. There's times that we're unhappy at a job, and if you're unhappy at a job, then I think safely you can find another job, or trust and leave that job and find another one. But we need to have faith first, and but not let fear control us, because those tower moments, those moments when you're gonna leave an unhappy relationship, an unhappy situation, an unhappy job, those are always hard to deal with. I mean, not taking anything away from that, because it is, and so if this, if it's better for you to leave it, find a way to do it rationally. So I'll just put this one down and say, not you too. You know what? Not you too. All right, let's move on. Less for me to talk about, right? I've already talked enough. Okay. Anyhow, this, I guess I could tell you the cards that I have, the first ones that I'm going to start with are the Butterfly Oracle cards. Cute. They don't have a lot of descriptions, so you definitely have to go by whatever you see there. Moonology Oracle cards. These others are the Starseed Oracle cards. The angel answers are the ones that did not want to give us an answer today. The Archangel Oracle cards, James Van Praagh, Message from the Guides, and Saints and Angels cards over here. So anyhow, so let's see, let's start with the butterflies. Okay. All right. And I always pick, of course, what's on the top and whatever's on the bottom. Somebody told me. Parental care. So that means, of course, several things depending on your situation, because parental care is, of course, we are both, most of us, sorry, it's a little warm in here. The sun, it's making it hot, shining on me. We are both usually a parent and a child. So parental care could mean both, right? So I think we need to look within us to see what it is that we could help somebody with, whether if it's your child that needs help of some sort, whatever that may be, or whether if it's your parents that could use some help. I think a lot of times it has definitely happened to me and perhaps to plenty of people where we get caught up in our day-to-day jobs and busy in life, and sometimes we forget to go help our parents. Our parents could still, well, maybe it's wrong to say could still, but as they get older, could use our help. And too many scammers out there. I noticed that with my dad. It's like people call him for all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, Dad, don't answer those calls. Stop answering those people. He gets mad. He's like, that person was asking me for money for this, and I told him I didn't have any money, and he's like, oh, but you can give us at least $40 or something, because I think at first they asked him for $50 or something. But anyways, that was funny because I'm like, Dad, no, stop. Don't even answer those calls. They're not good for you. So, anyhow, and at the bottom of that deck right here is change your mind. So, perhaps something that you had your mind set on that you need to or could change your mind on. I mean, that's open. I had a friend that said one day, oh, you ask your cards a question and you perhaps want some guidance, and then it's like, it's up to you. That's more or less like it's up to you. That's like change your mind. Like, nah, whatever it is that you were thinking of doing, never mind. Don't do that. Change your mind. Oh my goodness. You just never know, right? All right. This is the moonology. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. I need to read up on all this stuff. I really just like reading it and just going with that. I could take out the book, but that would be like me having to read, and I'm not good at that. Balance spirituality and practicality. We do need that balance because spirituality is one thing, and for me, very, very much, the practical things that we deal with in our life are one thing versus what is our spirituality. And I'll say it from my personal experience. There are days that the energies can be overwhelming. So yeah, I do have to find that balance. you know, there's people that say you can't control it. There's people say you can control it. Your messages to come to you and the energies and all of that. And I think there's a mix of all of that. I cannot tell somebody, oh, you have to do this or you can do this or that. I mean, the truth is, you are who you are, and perhaps you can't control those energies. And so the reason I say it is because, yeah, for me, I have had days where I just want to lay down. I just want to relax because it's too overwhelming. So, and there's energies from other people that for some reason are there that even if you want to cut that connection, it seems like you can't. And all you could do is just breathe. I think breathing does help. Smile, get out, smile with friends and family, something that makes you happy to get your mind out of that situation. I think that's perhaps the biggest thing because our spirituality is good. It's good. It's such a big part of my life now. But I do have to find a balance in between those energies and everything else that, you know, in life, because the energies are beautiful, as I was saying earlier, when it feels like there's an angel there surrounding me and it's beautiful. But along with that is, of course, everything else. I have felt negative energies, but I'm not scared of that. That's a whole little different topic. But anyhow, but the fact is, we have to find a balance in between spirituality and practicality. What is our world? So whatever that means for you, um, you know, I definitely do believe very much in being able to control your energies and being able to close off. And I'm gonna say this, and it does sound crazy, but I've had to destroy energies in between me and some other people before, just because the energies are so overwhelming. And some, because I see myself, I see us, all of us, as energies outside of our world, our practical world. So it's like I've had to go up and I feel myself like turning and come down, and just like you have to destroy that connection. You have to, I don't know, I mean, that means some kind of, maybe I just went off the board here, but that helps me. For whatever it's worth, that helps me to stop that connection, because unfortunately I have had to deal with trying to balance my energy. I cannot let my energy get drained by everybody else, by other people's issues. So I have to do my own protection. That's not that I do that weird stuff all the time. That's just sometimes. Meditate and contemplate. I love them. Oh, clarifiers is what my friend said. The clarifiers. Meditate and contemplate. That, you know, kind of goes either way with the spirituality and practicality, because as I was saying, you know, sometimes, at least for me, definitely when I meditate, when everything is, when I can meditate, I definitely feel the more relaxation. But when your body's exhausted, sometimes I just like, okay, you know what, I'll go to sleep for now. Then I get woken up at 3 a.m. It's like, hey, you need to meditate. So I'm like, okay, I'll meditate now. At least I got some rest already between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m., right? Anyhow, meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. If you don't meditate, maybe this is your call to meditate. And contemplation may be a little different thing, because, you know, sometimes maybe there's not, you don't need to meditate, or if you don't know how to meditate, it's just really nothing to it. Just close your eyes and breathe. There's a lot of videos and all kinds of things out there that could help you, but close your eyes, talk to God, think about. Maybe I shouldn't say think about things, because it's more about just relaxing, have a conversation with God, and perhaps I could bring more peace to you than, you know, just a deep within conversation, you know, just turn off the phone, turn off everything and just breathe. Just breathe and think about God's energy coming down to you and hugging you and surrounding you and angels. So, but either way, apparently somebody needs to meditate out there. Okay, so on this, pick that up, the other one, pick that up. On the star seed, I'm sorry. So it's a beautiful card. In that I'm sorry, perhaps there's a need for somebody out there to apologize to somebody. What does it say? Defenseless. Right. Sometimes it's hard to say you're sorry. And sometimes it's hard for other people to say they're sorry to you. And you know, sometimes we need to step up and say, I'm sorry first, regardless of the situation. Sometimes our pride gets in the way of a lot of our situations. Sometimes just saying I'm sorry to somebody can open up a door for them to be able to say I'm sorry as well, you know. And well, if you want to say cough, swallow your pride, that may have a negative undertone, but no. Saying I'm sorry is coming to that neutral ground, coming to that zone where you allowed somebody else to feel that, you know, it's okay to I'm sorry now. It's okay to be vulnerable and to say I'm sorry, you know. So in that being rooted, this may be a deep sorry for somebody, something that just it's going to be hard for somebody to say, whether if it's you or that other person. But sometimes we need to open up our hearts and say that we're sorry, you know. It may be more, you know, healing than we realize also, because especially with this card, with the being of, you know, uprooting defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting. This could be, you know, parental care. You know, sometimes things that happen with our parents can really, I don't know if I would say damage, but can affect our lives. And sometimes we need to say sorry for things that perhaps happened way back in the past. And even, you know, because this being uprooting like this is something that's been going on for some time. So somebody needs to say sorry for something. And, you know, sometimes I have to admit, sometimes even me, I'm a dad, dirty laundry. I had a little issue with one of my daughters for some time, and it felt like we couldn't get out of it. It felt like we couldn't talk about it. I feel like we talked about it now. It feels good now. You know, I had to step up and say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry for this and that and whatever. And I feel like we had a good conversation and everything felt light and felt good. And I think we have transition. And so, you know, sometimes we need to just step up and move forward with our lives, because if we don't, we may be sitting here waiting for something for a long time. Isn't that awesome? That is some mystic weight. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. Something, whatever somebody is going through out there, this one was at the bottom of that card, of that deck. I definitely, you know, that's mystical for it to be, you know, if you take the card for what it is, that's a lot. That's a lot. There's some transition going on in this world, and it almost feels like it's got to do with that. There's definitely some transition going on. but some of you may need to wait about something. I don't know what that is. Archangel Oracle cards, teaching and learning. I don't know why I always think is learning and teaching, but teaching and learning. You know, it's definitely a wonderful card. I said it before, sometimes we take our teachers for granted. Some people give them a lot of crap and it's not good. You know, they put up with a lot. We should thank them more for everything that they did, they do for us. And again, back to the whole thing that sometimes we teach people more than we realize. We ourselves are teachers and we ourselves are constantly learning. We can never say, I know everything about this or that. Even if you're an expert at your job, sometimes there's something else you can learn. Somebody else that could teach you a easier way, faster way, a more relaxed way to do things. So teaching and learning is not just about one thing or another. There's plenty. It's not always about a teacher. So bottom of that deck, career transitioning. Transition. Your life's purpose is triggering triggering a blessed career change. What do you think? It's time to make a change in your life. We are all definitely in a different path, right? Whatever path that may be for you, whether if you need to make a change in your life, make that change. Because sometimes these fears hold us back. The fear of the tower falling, everything falling apart. And the devil is more about it, just plain and simply the fear. So maybe somebody needs to make a career change, and that's hard to do sometimes, but you know, it doesn't have to be drastic, but if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. Let's see, let's move on. Express your feelings. Listen, that definitely goes with that I'm sorry thing, you know. It's sometimes we you know, deep-rooted issues in our lives, whether it's with a spouse, with a kid, with a parent, you know, it's just parental care. I'm sorry, and express your feelings. I really do believe that express your feelings is one of the biggest things that we could be doing in our lives, because sometimes, you know, how many times or how many movies are there out there about a couple meeting each other? Usually everything is fine and rosy at the beginning, or even if it's one of those little chaotic things, but because not having communication, not expressing your feelings, we get wrapped up in the fears. You know, the things that, you know, the devil is usually more about fear. So about the fears that we have deep inside. So you have to express your feelings. You know, you have to say, I'm sorry. And saying I'm sorry to somebody could be a teaching moment, because you're teaching them that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to go ahead and speak your mind, express those feelings. I think we would have a better world if we all did that or more often. And at the bottom of this deck is love is your energy. Express your feelings. Tell somebody you love them. If you haven't told them, maybe it's time that you tell them. Love is your energy. What could be better than love is your energy? Saints and Angels Oracle cards. Practice makes perfect. You know, I think any artist, especially the singers, people that play instruments, would definitely be able to tell you. I don't remember who right now. I remember a few years ago when somebody got Artist of the Year award. And they're like, we've been playing for like 10, 15 years. I don't remember how long it was, but it's like, by the time they get recognized, sometimes it's been quite a few years. So the Artist of the Year, or new artist, there's not Artist of the Year, new artist. They're like, how long we've been playing? Practice. Just like even me, I've been putting this off a little bit here, and I actually enjoy it anyway. So somebody needs to practice more often, whatever it is that you need to practice, whether if it's playing an instrument, saying I'm sorry, practice in the mirror. So everything will be all right. And let's see, Mother Mary. Oh my gosh, there's something that I had in my mind about Mother Mary. You know what? Something is deep, and you probably need to say you're sorry to somebody, and you could pray to Mother Mary to help you, guide you into, look at the child. She's holding children. There are children, angels around. Maybe you need to ask for help from divine help out there from Mother Mary to help you through whatever you're going through. Sometimes we don't use the divine help enough. But if it's angels, archangels, we all pray to God. And yes, God is our one and only. But at least my belief is that, just like the owner of a company, and of course, people don't get mad at me. Don't be saying, don't compare God to, some CEO, but kind of the same thing. I feel like, I'm not saying that God needs other people's helps, but, angels and guides are, all the spiritual guides are here to help us. So all I'm trying to say is, I ramble a lot. All I'm trying to say is that you could ask God more than anything else to help you with whatever, and ask him to send his angels to help you with whatever situation you're dealing with. Because sometimes I do feel like they help us much more than we realize. But we have to ask for that help. If we don't ask for the help, as far as I understand it, they will not interfere. So, there's some moments where they're supposed to interfere because they need to, they have to, but in a lot of decisions that we make in our lives, if we just ask them for help, same way, they could help us out, much more than we perhaps realize. So anyhow, if you like this, my rambling, push like and share it with somebody. That'd be kind of cool. But anyhow, I thank you for having this little moment with me, and I'll try to make one weekly to try to put it out there. And anyways, love, light. If you need to watch this video for the healing energy again, watch it, play it again over and over, hear me rambling, and enjoy it. But it's been a pleasure to be here with you and send you energy. And take care. Bye.